The search is on in Chula Vista for a mother of three who disappeared last week.
Family and friends have blanketed Chula Vista with these posters.
Maya is, she has a big heart. Fun-loving person. She loves her kids. She loves our family.
The husband of a missing Chula Vista woman is no longer cooperating with police.
Bring her home.
And I want to assure our community that no rock is being left unturned.
Did something happen in the heat of the moment?
A mother, loved by everyone around her, vanishes one evening without a trace. The search begins, but as time passes, suspicion starts circling closer and closer to home. This is the story of Maya Millete, a mother of three from Chula Vista, California, whose story gripped the nation. Her disappearance and the secrets uncovered reveal a dark tale of obsession, control, and a chilling betrayal from the one person meant to love her the most. Maya Millete was known for her infectious personality, boundless energy, and devotion to her three children. Born in the Philippines, she moved to the U.S. as a young adult and found success, both professionally and personally. She married Larry Millete over 2 decades ago, and together they built a life in a quiet, suburban neighborhood in Chula Vista, California. To outsiders, they seemed to have a perfect life, 3 beautiful children, a lovely home, and Maya's thriving career. But those closest to Maya, especially her sister Maricris, sensed growing tension in her marriage.
For her not to tell us what's going to happen for her daughter's birthday. Believed Larry. They had an argument and she just want to be left.
Over the years, her husband, Larry, had become increasingly possessive and controlling. According to Maricris, Maya had voiced concerns and even mentioned separating from Larry. Little did anyone know that this tension was building to a breaking point. The day was January 7th, 2021. Maya had a routine day, chatting with family members over text, planning a birthday trip for her daughter, and making plans with her friends for the coming weekend. However, as evening turned into night, Maya's phone went silent. She stopped replying to messages and didn't return calls. As the hours stretched on, her sister Maricris became anxious. This was unlike Maya, who was usually prompt in responding. The next day, Larry explained that Maya had locked herself in their room the previous night after an argument, refusing to come out. But for Maya's family, something felt wrong. Her sister Maricris and her husband Richard drove to Chula Vista to look for her. When they arrived, they were met with a shocking absence. Maya was gone.
I cannot imagine what her family is feeling, especially her.
Her family immediately contacted the Chula Vista Police Department to file a missing persons report. What began as a desperate search for a missing mom quickly turned into something much darker. As Maya's family and friends grappled with her sudden disappearance, Larry's behavior began to raise questions. From the start, he appeared strangely detached, not joining search efforts or expressing visible concern. To those who knew Maya well, his response felt off, even suspicious. Details from their troubled marriage began to emerge. Larry had a history of being obsessive, controlling, and emotionally abusive. Friends and family would later reveal disturbing instances where Larry tried to control Maya's actions and manipulate her emotions. Perhaps the most bizarre revelation was Larry's use of spellcasters. Investigators uncovered text messages and online records showing that, for months, Larry had been contacting online spellcasters to cast spells on Maya.
He had taken all steps to humiliate her, ruin her, and shame her, and that had failed. That afternoon, we have messages where he is saying, "I'm about to lose it. I'm shaking inside, ready to snap."
In these messages, he asked for spells to make her love him again, to make her sick, and to even make her want to stay in the marriage. Desperation seemed to grow as Maya became more assertive about her independence. As details like this surfaced, suspicions continued to mount, but still there was no concrete evidence linking Larry to Maya's disappearance. For investigators, the case became a race against time to find answers before Maya's trail went cold. As investigators dug deeper into the case, more clues emerged that cast Larry in a darker light. Digital footprints. One of the biggest breakthroughs came from Larry's search history. Police uncovered disturbing Google searches in the weeks leading up to Maya's disappearance, including terms related to sedatives, deadly substances, and even strangulation. Investigators believed these searches were a window into Larry's obsession with controlling Maya and a possible link to her vanishing. Suspicious alibi, Larry initially told police that he had stayed home the night of Maya's disappearance. However, surveillance footage from the neighborhood showed Larry's car leaving the house late at night and not returning for hours. Further complicating his alibi, cell phone records indicated that Larry's phone had been inactive during critical hours, a red flag for investigators who suspected he may have disabled his phone to avoid tracking. As police continued to scrutinize Larry, they uncovered other troubling information, including evidence that Maya had been in touch with a divorce lawyer. She had been planning to leave Larry, a fact that he was likely aware of and may have driven him to drastic measures, family and public pressure. Maya's family became relentless in their quest for answers. Her sister, Mara Chris, held public vigils, organized search parties, and kept Maya's story in the media. Through social media and community support, they managed to keep the case alive, applying constant pressure on law enforcement to continue their search for Maya. On October 19, 2021, after months of mounting evidence, Larry Millete was arrested on charges of first-degree murder. This was a moment Maya's family had hoped for and dreaded in equal measure.
We're going to be collecting evidence, and it's going to probably take us the next hour or two.
Larry Millete, May's husband, is responsible for May's murder and disappearance.
The defendant was booked into jail and is being held without bail. He is scheduled to be...
The arrest warrant detailed Larry's obsessive and controlling behavior and laid out the evidence gathered by investigators. Police believed that Larry's behavior was not only possessive but dangerous. They concluded that Larry's jealousy, paranoia, and refusal to let Maya go had likely culminated in a violent act. Despite not having found Maya's body, prosecutors were confident they had enough evidence to charge Larry. The use of circumstantial evidence in this case became a focal point for the public, with legal experts weighing in on the complexities of prosecuting without a body. Larry's arrest brought some relief to Maya's family, but it also raised difficult questions about the ongoing impact on Maya's children. Even with Larry behind bars, Maya's family remained committed to finding her remains. Over the months, search parties combed through mountainous regions, canyons, and desert areas, hoping for any trace of her. Despite exhaustive efforts, Maya's body has not been found. The lack of a body has posed a challenge for both law enforcement and Maya's family, who long for closure. Without physical evidence, the legal case remains complex. Nonetheless, investigators believe the circumstantial evidence provides a clear picture of what transpired. The tragic story of Maya Millete has resonated deeply with the public, shedding light on the concept of coercive control. Maya's family and friends have highlighted the subtle signs of abuse she faced, urging others to be vigilant about recognizing controlling behaviors that can sometimes be hidden in seemingly stable relationships. Maya's case has raised awareness of domestic abuse issues, particularly those that don't leave visible scars. Many have called for stricter laws and better resources to help victims of psychological and emotional abuse, and Maya's family has continued to advocate for other victims of domestic violence. As we close, it's important to remember Maya not just for the tragic circumstances surrounding her disappearance, but for the vibrant life she led. A mother, a sister, a friend, and a beloved community member. Maya's story has touched the lives of many. For her family, the search for justice is ongoing, and they vow to keep her memory alive. If you or someone you know is in a controlling or abusive relationship, reach out for help. Maya's story serves as a reminder that everyone deserves a safe and loving life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for updates on this case and other true crime stories.